them know that we are the American Indigenous. Copper color Indians, baby. A real Indian, American Indian is me, not from Africa. Remember that.
And we are not Africans. We are not African. Are you an African, baby?
African Americans here, but they recently moved here from places like Kenya, Ethiopia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Zaire. But now the brother whose family's lived in this country for generations, occupying space in all the locations, New York, Miami, LA, Detroit, Chicago. He's wearing a dashiki and sporting an afro. And if you go to Africa in search of your race, you'll find out quick, you're not an African American. You're just a black American in Africa taking up space. Why you keep trying to attach yourself to a continent where even if you got the chance to go and you went, most people that wouldn't even claim you as one of them, as a purebred daughter or son of them. Your heritage is right here now.
Hey, y'all. It's that morning talk It's that morning talk, that morning coffee talk. Hey, smash the like button. Y'all know Twitter think I'm crazy. Hey. Smash the like button, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe, please. Smash the like button, y'all. Let's get it, y'all. Let's have some decent folk talk this morning. Y'all know Twitter think I'm crazy. They think I'm crazy. They do. But that's good. And politicians, they think I'm crazy. Yep, I'm real crazy. Because they're crazy. You know, I am so glad to be X generation. And y'all know we do the generational thing. Um, Let me just pull it up. In case you don't know what generation you are. Oh, where is my generational breakdown? Here it is. There we go. Oh, so I'm Generation X. The millennials is Generation Y. I got to remember to put that in there and get it fixed right. But the millennials are Generation Y. I'm Generation X. And and now we're the big mamas, really, because the older boomer gen, you got the what you call the younger boomer generation, and you know you have the older boomer generation. My mother's an older boomer generation because she was born in 1948. So when you're born in like 1946 to like 19 I want to say 59, that's pretty much the older boomer generation because a lot of them are retired now. And so you got the younger boomer generation that's born from like 1960 to 1964. 65 is a little on the line, depending on when your parent had that baby that fell in between the line of being a baby boomer and Generation X, which would be about like 1965. Because my mom had my daughter when she was only 14 years old. And my sister and my mom are 14 years apart, which is insane to me. 14-year-old mom. So I'm Generation X, which I fall way in the later 60s. And my era is, like the Bobby Brown, um, you know, I would be like Bobby Brown, Run DMC, um, uh, Queen Latifah. That's my era, Generation X. And Big Meech, all of them. That's my era. They're my age. And our babies are the millennials, many of us born between um 1980s. Well, my baby was born in 92, which put all these babies that were born in 1980 to like 1994 millennial baby. And I'm proud to be because now, Generation X, being Generation X, we're in a couple of years, we're going to be those big mamas left. And we are responsible for passing down our genealogy to our future generations, which are the millennials, Generation Z, and Alpha. And I'm so happy because a lot of the young men and women that are in YouTube right now are the millennials, and they sharp as hell. So we, Generation X, have a lot of hope, and so do the baby boomers. We're so proud that the millennials born in 1980s are very sharp in their history, knowing who they are and not buying the rhetoric from white and black scholars trying to create a history for us and false teachings, lies. And we have to be very careful and sharp because they're in cahoots and hiding our history. Our history is such a hidden secret that it just disgusts me every time I look up these um, scholars and writers and politicians articles about our history. And I'm so tired, not to be funny. I'm sick and tired of white people trying to write our history. And they, dumbasses, write it based on what they see in college books because they're so indoctrinated as white politicians, you know, about our history. They believe in the Tonto story and shit and and the movie stories. They believe in the movie stories. They believe in the root stories. White people that are politicians because they're a lot of white people are in the generation X and millennial generations. My generation. A lot of white people are teaching with straight up fucking ignorance. And they're the ones who believe in the root story from Alex Haley's stupid ass. And I'm correcting them and checking their ass at the door. These Generation X white folks, they got a lot of fucking nerve. Write about your own history, not ours. They have such an interest in writing about our history. Stay out our damn history, you Generation X fucking idiots. And you dumbass millennials, white millennials. You don't know shit about our history. The only shit you know is the lies written. And like y'all always say, well, my ancestor wasn't no slave master in the United States. Well, if they wasn't, stay the fuck out of our history. Bottom line. Stop trying to tell us who we are. If your ancestor wasn't no slave master and your ancestor wasn't here during slavery days, don't attempt to write about our history. We Negro Indians. Back up. We can handle our own shit. We don't need your help. And you black scholars. You stinking black scholars. A lot of y'all black scholars are from the islands. Write about your history, what the British did to you. Facts. You don't qualify for anything on the mainland. What was done to you were done by British subjects, not the colonial government. You gave up your tribal rule and ran your ass out of here with the British during the Revolutionary War. So back y'all asses up. We stayed because we're strong. We're still standing on our land. None of you have proof of our ancestry. None of you. Back up. We don't do the spit test thing. Shout out to everybody in the chat that's watching. Shout out to everybody that's watching live. This is what I do. When I teach, most of the time, when I lecture, and I'm doing this shit early in the morning because we got meetings tonight. I got tribal work. I'm doing this early in the morning. It's the morning thunder. I tend to stick with genealogy, paper trail, government lies. I stick with it so that I can show the governmental lies on our history. So I come from a genealogical paper trail perspective. Okay. I'm not into the spit test crap. And anybody that already been fooled by this government and held down by this government, why would you go by this spit test? Only an idiot would do that. Idiots. And believe on it and stand on it. That a spit test puts you in an area over in another continent. It's a fucking joke. It really is. So while they're spitting in tubes, trying to find the African Bambata, I'm dealing with the lying information they have over here. I don't have any business over in Africa now. I keep telling y'all, I don't hate Africans. I don't have anything against them. The only problem I have is somebody coming to tell me who I'm not, and you don't know me. When you're white, stay in your place. Seriously, don't come to me and tell me where I'm from because I look like or have resemblance of someone over in that landmass. So what? We are all over. Brown people that look like me are all over this planet. Seriously, we occupied every area of this planet. So obviously, people around the world are going to resemble me that have brown skin. I don't care where they are in the world. But you're not going to put me over there just because I look like them. Stay in your lane because it's arrogant and rude to say all white people look alike. That's the most arrogant statement to make. Well, we think that's the same way when you say all Negroes and brown people look alike. It's arrogant and it's wrong for you to do that. And you people that are in power, it's only but for so long you're going to hold power over a people, a history that you've been hiding, and your anger, jealousy, and outrage. It's going to come to a point where it stops because your future generations are going to get sick of you. They're already sick of you. To have the nerve to hold back on someone's history, that has to ring a bell in everybody's head. Like, why is it that white people, you know, they're always in an uproar about brown people's history in the mainland North America? Our history is the most controversy um, rhetoric across the world. And that's because of who we are. We're the only ones in the entire world whose history is such a mystery and has been for so long. Why is that? Just one population of many people here and on the mainland in America. And that's questionable. That you got to ask yourself, damn, it is kind of crazy that, somebody's always um talking about the history of these particular people. Now I'm gonna tell you why I stand on our ancestors being the Indians and accepting different names when they came out. And that's certainly true when it comes to Metacom here in the north. He took on a whole new and the Indian. He took on he adopted a whole new um European name, King Philip, Metacom. He's an Indian from North America, and he took and adopted a white European name, King Philip. But he's an Indian. Give me a one if you know that. King Philip, Metacom. Please tell me you know that. Metacom. That he adopted, yeah, an English name. And that's what the Negroes did. A lot of them adopted, an English name. Truly. And Metacom, he was born in 1638 in Massachusetts. And they killed him in Rhode Island in 1676 because he was not taking shit. Facts. So that's the Indian of the North. But today, I'm really just going to focus. So now you know what a lot of the Indians did in order to um, reconstruct and change things the way that we were operating. Because we were originally in power. We were. And you have to ask yourself so many questions. You know, one of the things that we have to be very careful about is who's writing our history. Who the hell wrote this? Who did this? Who did this? Who wrote this? What the hell? And you got to question every goddamn thing. Like black slave owners in the South, there was so many. We owned our own families. But let's just take a look at these black slave owners in the South. What's the first thing you notice of these 4 black slave owners? What's the first thing you notice? It's so obvious. What's the first thing you notice? Write it. Come on, y'all. Hey, girly. Tribes. Damn Misha. Hey, beautiful. Only one Captain America. Hey, love. Damn Misha, you up early. Y'all got y'all tea and coffee. Hey, Bronx Flat Power. Miller and Indigenous Minds. How are you, Mr. Miller? Hey, y'all. Can't touch this. Hey, sweetie. What do you notice? Yep. So I'm like, Anthony Johnson and John Kasich, why they got the same fucking picture? They use the same picture for 2 people. Same picture. They was twins. They would have the same damn last name. Wouldn't it be John Johnson? It's fucking up history. This is why I say our history is so important on this main landmass. It's a hidden secret. All these dudes was Indians in the South, and they owned slaves. Large slave owners. Anthony Johnson owned the most, I think. I love y'all, chat. But I'm busy. I love y'all so much, but I can't text y'all right now. I'm live. You see why we have to be careful? Hey, Chief Overstanding. Mr. Miller, it's high life. Hey. So this is why we got to be careful. Because you would look at John Kasich and then won't even know that they're using the same goddamn pictures. They did the same thing with Frederick Douglass. Use this picture and put another damn name to it. These are the Indians. Listen, y'all. What you got to ask yourself, and you gotta open your brain, and what you gotta do is wipe out your mind the way history was taught to you, especially as it pertains to the South. Boy, they did a number to hide them damn Indians and their descendants. Is it not interesting to you that they want to make all the people in the South descendants of Africans? Is that has to say, well, what the fuck is going on here? They want to just tell you that all the descendants in the South came from Africa. This is what they want to do to you. And you got to question this shit. Like, wait a minute. Something's wrong here. Or they're like, everybody in the damn South. Oh, yep, you came from Africa. Not nobody in the North. Not the North. Just a couple of them. Maybe about 100 came from Africa. But they basically want the whole damn South, the Midwest, all the brown people you see in the South, in the Midwest, the West Coast. They just want you to say, oh, all of them. They all came in here from Africa. Well, if they all came in here, who the fuck was here? People was here that look like us. This is the problem that I have. And this is what I want Africans to understand and get my point here. It's not that I hate you, I love you, I still do business with Africans. But this is what I'm talking about when it comes to our history. They just want to say that Africans populated all the South, the Midwest, the West Coast. We just populated it. Came on, left Africa. And it don't make no sense. Because now, not only do you got to make up a story, you got to make up a story to put some Indians over here. When all of us adopted a lot of European names. You have to really look at shit for what it is. The way trading is going on now, currently, on the stock market and all this shit, trading with other countries, the people that were already here before the colonizers even got here, we've always conducted that type of business. Somebody had to be here to do it. We traded with other countries. That's how they knew about us. Because we had so much to give them. Food, seeds to plant over in their country to grow. We were the resource for the world, and we still are. We were doing this before even a thought of colonizers. But we developed such a close relationship with colonizers that they began coming here to settle. They were the first immigrants. Leaving their country for persecution over religion. They were the first immigrants. The colonizers. And it's just so fucking crazy that they're fighting over border control because you got immigrants fighting against other immigrants coming here. And they can't fucking see that. It's just like really weird. I'm like, no one said that to you when you came. Now there was a bunch of Indians that was getting tired of your ass piling up over here. Yeah. That was the Indians, though. They have a right to, because this is their land that you took. And we Indians are complaining about immigrants still coming over here. And they just look real funny. Europeans look real funny saying close the borders. because they came here. I'm like, they're an immigrant. It looks crazy with another immigrant telling an immigrant not to come out and give a fuck if you were born here. That's not how you got here. Your family came here as immigrants. And angrily, they say, we all came. And no, we didn't. We were already here. And that's the biggest thing that they forget. We were already here doing exactly what you're doing now when it comes to trading. We were already doing this. Y'all just took it over. And you just want us to disappear as a people. That's the problem. Chinese people was not here doing trading when you came. It was us. And this is the shit that they fucking hate to acknowledge. Because a lot of the white generation X and boomers want to stand on the Kuta Kinte story. And you know you can't. It was a whole fucking lie written originally by a white guy that Alex Haley stole. And you want to stand on it because you're angry because you know that you came here based on your genealogy. So what do? You create you draw a picture of a slave ship with a whole bunch of brown people decked like they're sardines and say, okay, this is how you got here. No, you will not. You will stop humiliating us with that same stupid ass picture of the slave ship where you got a bunch of black people chained up from their ankles laying down on a ship. That's the ugliest thing ever to do. And you expect us, Generation X, to teach that bullshit story to our kids. It's not happening. We're not doing that. We're not on your code like many people our color are with that fucking story, including you pastors. Y'all need to stop. For real. Stop doing that shit. See, what I'm going to start doing is putting pastors' genealogies out on YouTube, like TD Jakes, all y'all fucking pastors, Clefo Dollar, Archbishop Leroy, Bailey here in Connecticut. I'm coming for y'all pastors, and I'm doing your genealogy to show you what Indian you are and how you're walking around faking in your little suit, collecting tithes and offerings. And the whole time, you a fucking Indian from the South. Don't play with me, pastors. Please. Don't. Because I'm going to start doing that. And I'm going to start passing them out in your communities. Don't forget, WIA is the 50 states. And I'm just going to start finding a pastor randomly in each state. Big time pastors. And pass out your fucking genealogy and your neighborhoods. I will connect. We have somebody in every state. And say, put this shit in the train station. Slip this under the pastor's door of his church. So he'll know he a fucking Cherokee, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Yamasee, or whatever kind of Indian he is. You senators too. All you senators that's still using those Jim Crow laws and those passing for white laws when y'all really do got black grannies and grandpas and all your life with your little freckle face passing to be white because you said you wanted to identify with your European side, which is cool. Which is cool. That's fine. It's okay to identify with your European side if you came out with more of your European features. But I'm still gonna put your fucking ass on blast. Say, hey, don't forget about old black granny's blood and grandpa that you're hiding. Imitation of Life. You know about that damn movie. So we can start doing some senators' genealogies and say, hey, Senator, at what point are you going to tell the Congress that you're an Indian? You're a little Indian boy that came out with your white features. Oh, damn, Misha. Thank you, baby girl. At what point, Senator Rubenstein, are you going to come out and say, hey, I got a nigga granny? Or I got a Negro grandpa and he ain't take no shit in the South. Why you hiding that? Wouldn't you think, I understand you, Senator, um, you, Senator, you know, hiding and, full force, representing your European side. But I'm going to send you a certified, you know, envelope that says, well, could you give your little black grandpa with the one-shot shotgun, could you send him a shout out in your next General Assembly meeting? You know, because you came from his wee wee. You was a little cum squat passed down. And you just want to wipe out. When y'all gonna stop doing that? And you white folk, you black folks, okay? Y'all do the same shit as senators. Y'all got third generation white grandmothers. And you didn't come. Third generation white grandmother and a Negro grandfather. That's Indians. And you don't want to claim the white part. You senators that's look like Monkey T.T. Jakes. You don't want to claim your third generation white grandmother. Oh, this goes both ways. Okay. Now, we know we got white people who don't want to claim that fourth generation black grandfather or black grandmother. But we got the black ones that don't want to claim the third and fourth generation white grandma or white grandpa. Y'all fucked up for that. Y'all some dirty niggas just because you came out dark looking like TD Jakes. You don't want to claim that third generation great grandfather. Well, that's white. I'ma fuck y'all up, y'all life. I'ma put you on blast. And then you can stand before Congress and cry like this. I'm so ashamed. I want to see y'all bitches do that. And I vision this and I'm manifesting this to happen in Congress at the federal level. I'm so ashamed. This is exactly how y'all gonna be. Your white ones and your black ones. I'm so ashamed. I've been hiding. Because I'm going to give you the envelope. I'm going to mail it to you. I'm going to find you whiteys. I'm going to find your black grandma and grandpa and mail you that shit. And you know what? That's bloodline. So you going to feel it. You going to feel that ancestor to the point where you ain't going to be able to take it no more now. And I'm going to mail the envelope to your ass. Because remember, wires in every state. So it'll be cheaper for my tribe member to mail it to your ass. Certified return receipt. And I know it's going to be a day that's going to come when you white senators and you black senators are going to stand up like this in Congress and say, we can't do this no more. We can't do this no more. I'm so ashamed. And I want everybody to forgive me. My fourth generation grandmother, she was black. And I came out looking more like my European side. And I got to apologize. I can't take this pain no more. I can't take it. Yes, yes, yes. My third generation grandmother's a black woman. And my third generation grandfather, he's white. I took more to my European side. I came out that way. And I can't take it no more. I'm so ashamed. I got to apologize. It's painful. It's so painful. But I want to tell that lady in white, that chief, that I've been feeling a lot of pain and she know it. And it's about time I come out and tell the truth. That's what's going to be going down in Congress. I'm going to get y'all. I'm going to mail it to you. I am. You either, here's your choice. Because, see, I don't got to make threats. It makes no sense to make threats. To threaten a congressman or a congresswoman or a senator or a representative. Listen, I'm talking about the local states too. That's what we do. Why? We want to fix history. You local state senators too. I'm coming for y'all monkey asses too. I'm going right to your black granny or black grandpa's grave and say, I'm going to go get their ass for you, Miss Anime. Your grandson is a senator in the state of Tennessee, and he been walking around not claiming you, just saying he white and not acknowledging any of his black grandparents. I'm gonna go for Miss Anime, your little white grandson that's been passing for 40 years in this particular state. Remember, we got 50 of these motherfucking states. And it's so many of y'all in every state. You're gonna get a little surprise email from the YA Nation. Say, hey, Senator, we cousins. And you news media outlet people too, sitting up there with your leg crossed, with your little white European hair, not claiming your black granny. Bitch, I'm coming for y'all. Because you're going to get a nice little certified letter from me or one of the chiefs in one of the states, our states, and say, hey, I found you. And you're going to be mad on the news. I'm going to know when you got the letter. Because you're going to be so uncomfortable when you do your next media broadcast. And I know it. It's going to bother you. So you might as well go ahead on and get permission in advance from the news media production company and give you a little moment on the news to come clean and say, my fourth generation grandmother was a black woman. There, I said it. And it's been so painful. I've known this all my life. I've known it. And I'm so ashamed. I'm hurting my own bloodlines when I make these laws. And it's killing me inside. Oh, I'm coming for y'all asses. Because that's what I've been gifted to do. Going to your dead grannies and grandpa saying, I'll go get their ass. Because dead white people talk to me. I see white people. I do. That movie's true. When you hear him say, I see white people. I do. They come to me when I'm laying in the bed at night. And they come, Miss Bethy, my little grandson, his little fucking ass is a senator. He been passing for white. I want you to go for his ass. I'm coming for you. I'm the goddess. I'm coming for you. From your black granny or your white grandpa. They come to me when I'm asleep and say, go get that son of a bitch. He my grandson, but go get his ass. I'm coming for y'all. I need you to know this. I'm not playing. I'm not playing. You're going to start hearing this shit. Because they're going to come out and say, you know what? I'm going to come clean. Because this can get ugly. That little bitch sitting down in Connecticut. But I got to give her respect. They're either going to respect me or be mad at me. For the most part, they're going to respect me. A professional is going to come to me and say, you know what? I'm glad you did that. I'm glad. I'm gonna get that. I'm glad you did that for me because it's been really hard for me to do. It's been really hard for me to openly admit that I have a third, fourth generation black grandmother, grandfather, and I've don't talk about it because I chose to only represent my European side. And my mom did it and my grandmother did it. I'm not going to do it anymore. You found me, you found it, and you broke the yoke for me, Chief Bethy. But when you do, just go to our website, www.wyanation.com, and donate to us because that's what we do. We correct history. No, we're better than Ancestry. We're better than Ancestry. We're coming to you with the truth. Okay? We're not reconstructing your records. We're literally just going to go find your black granny or grandpa. To you white senators and black senators, because a lot of you black senators got a white grandpa. And I don't think he would appreciate your behavior, not acknowledging him. You came from his balls. I don't say loins. You came from his nuts. And you sitting your big greasy black ass looking like TD Jakes up there, not acknowledging your white grandpa. And you came from his nuts. I'm coming for all y'all hiding motherfuckers. In a very civil way. By way of mail. Oh, it's going to be a lot of great news article stories for people in the media. They're like desperate for stories around election time. So you found this story of Senator such and such's family. That's very nice of you. Yeah, we're coming. That's why I say I got a lot of work to do. See, y'all don't know what the fuck I be doing behind the doors. You can only make assumptions. We're better than Ancestry and the fucking new company that bought them. Yes. Facts. So, what else do I have here? Let's read this article that was written by Tom Lasseter, Donna Bryson, and Lawrence Delavinage. It was filed on June 27th last year, 2023. Okay, let's just read it. Let me do a share screen, you guys. I love you guys, man. Smash the like button. Come on, show some love. I can't believe it's 500 people woke this morning. Ah, man, I love y'all. Hey, Chief Jonesy, Brother Wolf, Girly 72, with your beautiful spirit and beautiful soul. Here we go, y'all. Let's read this little article. Yeah, some of y'all probably read it before. And I'll make it bigger. It's at 150. Slavery's Descendants. And it's printed in Reuter's website. Reparations. Where slavery's descendants stand. Okay. In the US Congress, some of the leading voices on the divisive issue of slavery reparations have an ancestral tie to slaveholding. Okay. Bills introduced in the House and Senate would create a commission. Let me just turn this off so I could drink my water in between time. To address the fundamental injustice, cruelty, brutality, and inhumanity of slavery in the United States and the 13 American colonies between 1619 and 1865. Now, hold up. We had more black slave owners than we had white slave owners. Can y'all give me a one if you understand that? That we had more people that looked like me that were slave owners than we had white slave owners. Can you give me a one if you agree based on the proof that we have? Let's go. I want to see ones. And I dare you to come to me and tell me that's not true. If you believe it's not true, give me a two. But if you know, because we have the records, give me one. If you say nope, that's not true, hit a two. Give me a two. Because we remember we coming with the fucking records. Nope, they can't keep us out of the international courts. That's not true. That is false on every level, Captain America. Sorry. I know that not to be true as a paralegal specialist. That's a lie. All right. All right. And the racial and economic discrimination against Black Americans that followed. Such a commission, the bill said, would consider a national apology and proposals for reparations. Now, hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Uh, uh, the injustice, cruelty, brutality, and inhumanity. We got to stop there for a minute. Hold up. We got to stop there for a minute. Because when we see this, stop there for a minute. All right. Hang on. Come on, slow ass machine. When we see these people that own thousands of slaves and all the other slave owners in the South that were brown skinned, the majority being the slave owners, we're literally saying that they are the ones who caused the injustice, the cruelty, brutality, and inhumanity of slavery in the United States and the 13 American colonies. Well, we know in the 13 colonies that there were white slave owners. We know that. But wait a minute, we got the other part of the this is the part you leave out. The slave owners that were not part of the 13 colonies. You're leaving them out, which is the majority of the rest of the motherfucking landmass. You know, we got the 13 colonies. Yeah, they're going to be white Europeans, some black Europeans owning slaves, but you're leaving out the other part of the fucking land of the people that were not part of 13 colonies, but they owned the majority of the slaves in the South. So are we talking about give me uh, uh, their injustice, cruelty, brutality, and inhumanity of slavery? Are we talking about them or just the white owners in the 13 colonies, aka Black Europeans as well? Can y'all please answer that question? These same motherfuckers that's putting this shit through ain't even looking to see if they grandparent was a goddamn slave owner. So are you looking for your grandpa to because that's who was head of the house, grandpa that owned all the slaves. Are you looking for an apology from their asses? Or should you be making the apology your damn self? See, they got this picture painted where all white people owned the slaves in the South. Nope, that's just not true. Because first of all, it don't make no fucking sense. And I'm gonna tell you why. I gotta tell you why. It don't make no sense. The only reason why the North fought the South, because there's so many fucking Negroes out there owning shit. That's first thing. That's why it's war, and they were sick of their fucking system. It was always black against white or half breeds against black. That's when in the North, you got a whole bunch of mixed breeds and they couldn't stand the fucking South. That's why they was warring with them. Only time it was Revolutionary War was black and white thing. You're fighting. Why would the North go and fight other white people in the South? Can you just think about that? You got a bunch of half breeds and some full Negroes, Indians, who were governors at the time of the Civil War in the North. Why would they go to war with white folks in the South? Are you sure it's not all them niggas that own them slaves? See, these are questions we gotta ask. I'm just asking these questions. This is the question that I have. See, us brown folks is considered to be feeble-minded people and not able to think, which is why, you know, they had a manager come in and take over running their plantations because they was too feeble-minded to run their own plantations. So they let a white guy move in and manage it in the South. Don't fucking play with me because we have the records that stipulates how white masters, who were masters, managers, directors, oversee the feeble-minded people's plantations. Um, we have the records that says that. It's the fucking morning. Yes, I thinks I needs to hire you to be the manager because I don't know how to, understand how to work with the folks in the North. I don't understand these languages and law stuff. So I need you to come in and manage and oversee my our plantation so we can conduct good crop business. Cause I knows I don't understand, but you gonna be one we hire to manage our land, master our land, just because there's a master overseeing how the plantation conduct business doesn't mean he's the fucking owner. It's because the Negroes were supposedly be so fucking feeble-minded that they don't really understand law like that in the South. But the niggas up north really understood because they're northerns. You know, you got a lot of half breeds, went to college, the ones that can pass for white, and they know how to conduct the business. So don't fucking play with me. We got the records how you hired a master to come in and oversee your big ass plantations. Because it was better for master to work with the white folks in the north with the trading and stuff, and with this new thing that they call a central government. All that stuff I just don't understand. I just don't understand it. So he come in, he be the new master of the land. That's the whole reason why you get a fucking lawyer. Because you don't understand. So now back to my point. You got all these slave owners in the South. Do you honestly believe that was predominantly white men owning black slaves? No, the black slave owners had the largest amount of slaves on their plantations. We have that information. It was more of them in the South owning slaves than there were white ones. We know the white people owned slaves in the 13 colonies. But what I'm trying to tell you is the North fucking got sick of the niggers in the South. So they waged war and told people to join the Union. We're sick of their fucking lifestyle in the South. So this is why I'm asking you, and I'm just asking this question. Are we looking for a public apology from our own fucking ancestors? Yes or no? Because that's who predominantly were the slave owners in the South. We have the records. Don't let me go get Chief Holiday and Dane. I got the records, but don't let me go get them. You better hope Dane ain't woke. Chief Holiday ain't woke. Now, so my question to you, this is why I say when you're writing these fucking articles, you black scholars, if you are truly an Indian from here and not a foreigner, black that looks like us and has learned how to master to act like us, you're asking your own fucking grandfather to apologize to you, especially if your ass is from the South. Or are you really asking a white guy to apologize to you out of one of the 13 colonies? Because most of the colonies are in the North, in case you didn't fucking know. Most of the colonies are in the North. Should we name them? Don't play with me. So, you black scholars, and if you ain't from the mainland, you shouldn't be writing no fucking lioness articles about our history. Because we're really literally asking our grandparents to apologize and pay for reparations. I'm just saying. Let's just pull up the fucking 13 colonies. How about, since somebody asks, I'll do that. Oh, bah humbug. Here we go. Here we go. Share screen. Here they are right here. Y'all should have knew this in school. We wasn't paying attention. We was some little black kids that didn't want to learn this shit in school. Let's start. The names of the colonies were Connecticut, my state. Shout out to Connecticut with his racist ass state. Delaware, Georgia, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, and Virginia. Now, let's pick out those that are considered the southern states. Let's go. Um, we'll start. Oh, Georgia. Let's see. North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia. That's it for the South. One, two, three. That's it. 3 colonies in the South. 3 colonies in the South were colonials. So now you got to say, wait a minute. This is why I say we got to catch these motherfuckers like acid reflex. Cut them in their traps like acid reflex. We got to get these bitches some Pepto-Bismol. Because that's all we got is those 3 states, North Carolina. And remember, the Carolinas was 1. So it would have technically just been 2. North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Those were the colonial states. All the other areas in the South. And don't forget about the Midwest and the West Coast. They were black people owning slaves. We got the numbers. So that's why I'm asking y'all in the South. All those slave owners in the South, the Midwest, and the West Coast, the niggas that own the slaves, the large numbers, we have the numbers. So that's why I'm asking y'all to give me a 1 if we're fucking apologizing to our grandparents, asking them to give us a public apology, or are we asking the few white people with the 3 southern states where it's so cruel behavior is going on to give us a public apology? That's why I said we got to be careful who the fuck is writing our history, because you're telling your evil ass black grandfather to apologize. He's dead. If that's the case, I'm sorry for my ancestors, what they did to you. That pedophile, that's why we have laws. The incest. We're just talking about where our ancestors were slave owners in the South. So I'm publicly apologizing to you because I'm just saying, who the fuck are you talking about? Now, did bullshit happen in Virginia? But you got to be careful with Virginia. You got to be real careful when you're talking about Virginia, because most of the slave owners in Virginia were looking like me with a bunch of freckles, the Pamonkeys and all the motherfuckers. You got to be careful when you're talking about Virginia. Don't play with Virginia with me. You got to be careful in South Carolina. Very careful there. We talking about slave owner. Because the whole South Carolina was not a colonial state. It was just Charleston. Now, leave Charleston alone. Oh, Bucky, thank you, baby. Leave Charleston alone for a minute, because that was the colony. How about the rest of South Carolina, where all the niggas owned farm plantations with their families, and they was the slave masters? Are you asking? You need to know what the fuck you're doing when you're writing this article and presenting it to Congress. I'm not playing with you, Clarence Thomas. I'm not playing with the new black lady neither, with her little cute self and the glasses. I'm not playing with your little butt neither. I'm proud of you though for being uh, uh, a justice, but you and Clarence better not be playing no little games with me. Clarence, I will get you. And I'm not talking in the manner in which that girl supposedly said you sexually harassed her. I ain't talking about that way, Clarence. Because I know your little stinking butt, Clarence Thomas, is sitting down watching my YouTube channel saying this little goddamn Indian nigga. You can call me that if you want, but guess what? You a little black one too. And I know about this time, what is it? Almost 10 o'clock. Clarence Thomas is probably sitting down watching, saying, this little nappy head nigga girl. Well, first of all, my hair ain't nappy, it's curly. I just wear these braids. So I knew, you know that the justices is watching. Y'all remember when Clarence Thomas talking about, oh, I jump up and take those cases. Okay, jump up, monkey. Jump up, monkey. Come on. You want to bang on your chest like King Kong, Clarence Thomas? Go ahead. Because I'm be banging right there next to your ass. That's why Clarence Thomas can't stand next to no tall buildings. Because the first thing they're going to think is King Kong. Okay, here come Godzilla bitches. Y'all, like I said, y'all want to see some Chinese motherfuckers go crazy when we start talking about our history? Let Godzilla out. Remember how crazy? That's the only time you ever seen Chinese people flip the fuck out is when Godzilla came. They be like, no, no, no. I'm not playing with you, Clarence Thomas. I know you watching. And you too, Judge Joe Brown, with your Choctaw ass. I love you, Judge Joe Brown. I do. I do love you, Judge Joe Brown. But you got a little stinking butt, Judge Joe Brown. So I'm saying when I'm talking about our history. See, a lot of y'all millennial babies, y'all don't know. A lot of y'all don't. Only the ones that got old souls. Y'all don't know about King Kong and fights with Godzilla. But King Kong was really being depicted as the big black guy because that's how little white kids would see a black guy, even if he was fucking 4'11, they didn't care. If it was a black guy, it was some big black guy. He could have been 4 feet tall, like Gary Coleman. And they always look at him for some reason. Oh, it's some big black guy. And his little ass is about the size of Gary Coleman. So, in the 70s, when I was coming up, our great movies was King Kong and Godzilla, you know. And of course, some big ass monkey, okay, going crazy. Cause somebody done took that white woman. Remember, he picked her up and then he pulled her thing off and seen the little titties, the white lady's titties. And he was like, King Kong. Y'all remember that? Niggas went so fucking crazy about King Kong. They came out with the damn song King Kong. What? Let me find that fucking song. Niggas was stupid as hell. TV fucked our people's mind up about their history. Let me find this bitch. Oh, not your ass. Where's that damn King Kong song? I think I got it. This shit came out when I was a little girl. Fair use. Niggas was stupid in the 70s when I was little. They were so fucked up, really thinking that they came from monkeys. That Darwinism bullshit. And they came out with this fucking song. Here it is, right here. I know y'all X generations remember this shit.
Como some come.
Fuck. Okay, that's enough of that. But here's the damn song if you want to listen to it. Fair use. Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie. My ass was jumping double dutch listening to the damn song. There's the song if you want to listen to it. In the 70s, when I was jumping double jump, I was like 10 years old, 11. And they came out with that song. Whoa, 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 whoa. Because niggas was going ape. Because the white man told them that they was fucking monkeys. And the King Kong movie was really a depiction of a black guy. Because every time they describe white people, because they've been so secluded in the woods. I saw a big black guy. He was a big black guy. He was a big black, everything. He was a big black guy. Motherfucker the same height as Garrett Coleman. But the white guy, I saw him. He was a big black guy. So, I'm getting a little sidetracked here. So, again, we can look these papers up. We got the papers of the slave owners, the black slave owners in the South. Remember, like I said, it was only 3 states, but if you consolidate North Carolina and South Carolina back, it was only 2 states. But remember, in South Carolina, it was just Charleston, bitches. Let's not get it twisted. I have no family that ever lived in Charleston, South Carolina. That's why I be fucking up YK and them when they talk about, oh, if you didn't know, you came through the borders because it was right there in Charleston. Well, bitch, we lived way up yonder. We ain't coming from no fucking borders, from no port, stupid monkey. Now, that motherfucker looked like Gary Coleman, YK's little dookie ass. And he writing a fucking book that nobody's gonna buy. And like I told his ass, you better hope what happened to the same thing that happened to Alex Haley happened to your monkey ass. I don't give a fuck if you source up. You could source up with lies, nigga. Because we can, the sourcer of the source, oh, if it's a lie, we're coming for your monkey ass. For real. So write your little fucking book that ain't nobody gonna buy anyway. You're not Dan Calloway. So they're not gonna buy your stupid ass book. Probably a bunch of motherfuckers that look like you will buy it. But they just as stupid as you is too. You're not dang. Nobody's gonna buy your fucking book. For real. So good luck, stupid. Yeah, I'm up early. It's the morning show. It's almost time for me to have another damn coffee too. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked again. So the question is, because the colonial states, it was only 2, if you really want to get funky, the Carolinas and Virginia. But you got to be careful with Virginia because most of the slave owners in Virginia were looking like me. Because Virginia is for lovers. All them little freckle-faced babies in Virginia. You got freckles, your ass Indian. Polka dot white people, polka dot black people. Yes, that Virginia's for lovers. Most of the slave owners were Negroes, and we have those records. Okay? So be careful what you're requesting reparations for. And see, a lot of niggas like Garfield and them, they was in on the reparations. Ooh, they was in. Y'all got to remember this. But then they forgot that their asses was enslaved in the islands. Like, would you exit the United States for money for? Y'all remember that? So they backed off. And that took like The majority of the motherfuckers wanting reparations when they left. When they left, what's his name? Sinetta. All the motherfuckers had to back off. Garfield, no. You gotta go ask the British. Your ass ran. Don't give me don't let me summons up Tariq Nasheed to remind you. That shit was funny when Tariq Nasheed reminded the Jamaican boy that jumped up on his panel talking about reparations and all this other shit. And Tariq Nasheed said, "Motherfucker, you ran from your country. I stayed here. You ran with the British. You gave up your tribal root. Get your ass out of here." Remember Tariq Shanito? You got to go to the Queen because the United States government didn't enslave your ass in the British Islands. The Queen did. So that took away a lot of people. And Sheila Jackson's ass, she should need to step down because she's Jamaican too, at least half. So that shit was funny. So, the big question is really, literally, are we asking our ancestors for a public apology? Because I could start apologizing now. For real. The predominant black owners in the South were black owners. Up in the North, it was whites, but it was whites enslaving whites. That's why they got the census that said free whites. Because what were they freed from? Indentured servitude and slavery. But the motherfuckers was in the colonial states. That's why they had a census. These census takers came from colonial states. Hello? They were freeing a lot of whites. Why would you fight for why these whites that were slaves in the South under Negroes that had these lifetime servitude contracts and shit? That's why I said the North, who had a bunch of niggas. It's mad niggas in the North here. I'm serious, in Connecticut. Why? White folks was pissed with them niggas in the South. Because the South held a lot of control over the trade and shit. Because the South had every fucking thing. Now, when you talk about the South, look at all the states in the South. You got Florida, all the states that grow the good shit. Remember anybody would die for a Florida sun-kissed orange. I still love Florida oranges. I know the oranges. Now, when you go up north here, like in Mass, you get some big ass grapes from up in Mass. Oh my God, the trade. Mass. People got big ass grapes like this up in Massachusetts growing as vines. I know because my daughter's father family is from up there, and I got family from up there. But my daughter's father's family is the ones, they had a big ass house in Mass. And they was growing these big ass grapes. I'll never forget it. Them bitches look like plums. I thought they was plums with my dumb ass being from the inner city hood. I was pregnant with my son. And I didn't even wash them off. They were so good, I was craving them. Mass had these big ass grapes. They looked like plums. I remember that like yesterday. Even though my son died, but when I was pregnant with him, I was tearing them grapes up in Mass. Yep. But anyway, that's the question I have. So let's get back to our document. I'm having fun this morning. God, I want some oatmeal, y'all. Let me read this document. And I'm going to put my pot of oatmeal on. So let's get back to it. So some of the leading voices on the matter, both for and against, have a personal connection to the issue. They have one or more ancestors who were slaveholders. Among them are three prominent Democrats who have co sponsored reparations bills: Senators Elizabeth Warren and Chris Van Hollen, and Representative Lloyd Doggett. Opponents include Republican Senators Tommy Tuberville and John N. Kennedy, and former Representative Louis Gohmert. This issue is divisive. A Reuters Ipsos survey found that slightly more than half of respondents identifying as Democrats, 58%, support reparations. Just 18% of Republicans do. The divide is even greater between Black and white America. The poll found that 74% of Black Americans favor reparations compared to just 26% of white Americans. So now, when you look in Black Americans, everybody can't, and remember, it's not interchangeable with African American. I already told y'all that. Because in that, there's some Black Africans voting. There's Blacks from the islands that's in that percentage. You got a lot of shit to take away from there. If your ancestry is from the islands, like Jamaica, your slavery was over there, not here. So a lot of Jamaicans that are citizens, legal citizens, they are very active in politics. And that's going to be a large number coming off of that 74% because their reparations can only come from the Queen, not mainland. Americans favor reparations compared to just 26% of white Americans. So 26% out of 74%, 26 percent of white Americans. No, I'm sorry. The poll found that 74% of Black Americans favor reparations compared to just 26% of white Americans. Well, white Americans really do um, have to understand this shit. They do, because they know uh, a lot of the Southern folk own slaves, large slave plantations, employing hundreds and hundreds of people. You're talking about the rest of the South. And then don't leave out the Midwest and the West Coast. You're literally asking a very small 13 colonies for reparations. Mm. When you look at history, you understand, okay, who's fighting? Why is the North fighting against the South? Because you're fighting against predominantly Black people for their fucking land and to free slaves. Because they were the landowners. And see, we didn't own land based on bills. It was just our area. We didn't have like receipts. Uh, we had a different thing on how we acquired our land compared to how Reconstruction set it up. Understand that, y'all. This is the pose. There's white people that know that their slave master was we'll use modern day language, was a Black guy. They know this shit. You got to read between the lines, baby. There's white people who know that they had a Black slave master. Because when we start really putting out the real papers, okay, prior to putting out the real papers and shit, every fucking thing you was told is play shit. All right, let's get to the real shit. Who was the motherfucking majority of slave owners in the South? Let's pull the records out now. No more play with history. Niggas. I know this is a fact because we got the papers. all those black slave owners owning thousands of slaves. That's why there's something wrong with the picture when it comes to the Civil War. White people wanted to take that land out of the hands of the Negroes. Yeah, man. Why you think the Cherokee kicked all their black members out? That was all part of the Civil War shit. We own our own fucking slaves. And remember, they, in their instance, they gave individual allotments. Come on now. Y'all, we go through this shit with our parents and grandparents now. We want to get up, pack our shit, and leave. Get the fuck away from the family. Because I know I did that when I was young. Man, yo, when I turned, when I graduated from high school, I was gone from my mother's house. I gave her what she wanted, my high school diploma, and I jetted. I never went back home. I couldn't wait to get away from my mother. I felt like Ghost and Tariq. She was getting in my way. I don't know if y'all fans of Power, but they was getting in my. She was in my way of what I wanted to do in life. I got the fuck out. So, that's the same shit in the South. When you see runaway slave, they was getting the fuck away from their family. Because that system, the system in which they lived was fucked. Your 18, 21-year-old son, daughter, wanting to get the fuck away from y'all the way y'all living. Fuck out of here. So they jetted. They knew where they was running to because they knew how to get to the north. These wasn't no fucking Africans running away. Africans wouldn't know where the fuck to go. An Indian know his land. I'm leaving my mother and father. I'm getting the fuck away from them. That's what I did. I got away from my mother. I couldn't take her ass. And to this day, I don't regret leaving home the minute I graduated from high school because my parents were strict. And I wasn't a real street girl. But I knew I wanted to get the fuck away from the way she lived because she came out of the civil rights movement era. And I wasn't feeling that shit because I didn't experience it. And that's the way they raised me. I was being raised under that lifestyle. And I hated it. I fucking hated it. For real. I'm like, yo, I'm out. I was gone to where I am today. So I left home. This is why you got to really understand the stories of slavery. Why is this fool running away? He's not a fool if he's running away. He want to get away from his parents and his family. Family is fucked up. A stranger, y'all know this. A stranger will treat you better than a family member. Even today. Family is fucked up. They be jealous. They be doing dumb shit. They set you up, lie. Family is treacherous, y'all. It turned that way, yo. And that's the shit down south. That's why that whole Pocahontas story and shit, I don't believe it. And I'll never believe it. Even if she existed. They do have a statue of her. She's like a sister. Pretty sister. But I all that kidnapping shit, I think Pocahontas wanted to leave and go where the fuck she wanted to go. Like me. I could see me being a Pocahontas. And now her father's one of the most powerful fucking chiefs in Virginia. And you can't find your daughter? Bullshit. Niggas always talk. He knew exactly where his daughter ass was. She wanted to be and get some of that white wee-wee. Hell, all the motherfuckers was mulattoes. She wanted to be with her white boy. She could have came back if she wanted to. He knew exactly where she was. She ran her ass away and planned it. You're not coming in Chief Powhatan's territory. Take his daughter and dip. Fuck out of here. Hey, Chief, you're not doing that. She left because she wanted to be with the white boy. And that's how it be here in the North. Some sisters will whoop your ass over a white boy. That's my white boy. In the North, that shit goes down. And the same thing with a white guy. He'll beat your ass fucking with his cocoa mama, as they call us. They cocoa bunnies. Here in the North. Yo, don't go to Delaware. White boys be carrying little Negroes on their shoulder. Them be their sons. And they will fuck you up over their babies in Delaware. Over their half-breed babies. Go in Delaware and fuck with a white boy walking around with his son on his neck. That's a little Negro baby. They be so proud of their baby. They will fuck you up in Delaware. They'll beat your ass. A white boy will beat your ass in Delaware. I ain't lying. I seen it. Straight like that. You can't be fucking with people's kids, yo. He got him a little Ray Ray. Half-breed Ray Ray Pookie. Fuck with him. That white boy coming for your ass. And you gonna think you getting your ass whooped by a nigga. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I know what I'm talking about. Motherfucking mulattoes in my family is worse than niggas in the hood. Mulattoes, as far as this is based on my experience and observations. Mulatto babies, girls and boys, them some treacherous little motherfuckers. I'm not playing because they got that mixed blood and that makes them extra crazy. And I know my nephews here that's half breeds will beat the fucking shit out of you. And then you talking about you call the cops. They say, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to wait right here because I'm going to beat his ass too. That's your mouthy mulatto baby in the North. Facts. Checkmate. I'm not lying. They crazy. Wait a minute. Look at how Hawk act. Hawk School. That motherfucker crazy. I wouldn't want to see him in the dark. First, I could say, Hawk School, fuck you, nigga. I'll beat your ass. All right, bitch. Don't let me find you. Now, perhaps, he has manners when it comes to women. But Hawk School, that motherfucker got a horrible temper. Imagine him. He's being threatened by some dark-skinned nigga that's fucking with him, thinking he is some little punk. And that little motherfucker sitting in the car. See your ass at the gas station and be like, oh, motherfucker, didn't you say you was going to whoop my ass? I told you they tried to leave him alone. Don't do it. Don't do it. They're crazy. I'll be shitting and pissing and apologizing all at the same time. Saying, I didn't mean it. I was just trying to do YouTube content creation. I know it's true. Because that's how half-breeds act. All of them, they fucking crazy. Look at Truth. He'll never shut his fucking mouth and will threaten you in a heartbeat with his little Mississippi ass. Well, not little, that motherfucker tall. He's half. He's mixed. He got in his blood. And he mouthy as fuck. I'm not lying. All the mixed breeds is crazy babies. So that means even the ones hiding in Congress, okay, that got a third-generation grandmother, they got bloodline in them, they fucking crazy too. That's why they debates be crazy as hell. But let me finish my article. Hey, Chief. I'm putting a link in the chat for you, Chief, because you need to come up here and talk to me about these damn reparations, because there's something wrong with the story, Chief. You said you got a new cell phone. Matter of fact, you and Tasco need to be writing a damn book with the sneaky shit she be coming out with. She need to be writing. Y'all need to be writing a book together. Hit the link, Chief, because I'm reading this article about reparations, and it's not adding up, Chief, with all the black slave masters in the South. The majority are with them, and they had the most goddamn slaves. So they're saying in this notice that they want a public apology from the brutal and inhumane treatments from the slave masters, okay? predominantly, you even taught us, and I found the records. Anthony Johnson, all the numbers that these slave masters own. Okay. Who you getting the asking the public apology for? Because there was only 2 colonial states in the South. If you combine North Carolina and South Carolina, and then you got Virginia. Them are the only colonial states, Chief. Something's wrong here. Maybe you need to come and check me at the door because we know that you the motherfucking goat. So hit the link, Chief. We know you to go. And I've been learning from y'all and doing my own research. Are we? Hey, Bucky Wingo, are we asking that our ancestors apology from our ancestors or straight up white folks? Because they didn't have a lot of slave ownerships of white folks in the South. Them niggas owning niggas. What you think, Bucky? Oh, I am the one. Look at me, Joe. We supposed to get restitution. Well, you got to go and ask your grandparent, Golden Jagger, for your money. Bucky said that one slave massacre, though. Ah! Yeah, they lie like they normally do. So this is all I'm trying to figure out. So say that, y'all answer those questions. But anyway, let's get back to our crazy letter. Oh, here he come. Chief coming to check my ass at the door. Here we go, y'all. That you, Chief?
Sister Betty, peace.
Hey, Chief.
Grand Rising. Elizabeth, I don't know what's going on. I'm just getting it together. Ain't even had coffee yet. So you got the like recap what's going on. Yeah. Give me an update. What's going on? Hey, I want to say peace and paradise to all the American Aborigines. Wow. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Shout out to everybody, man.
Hey, Chief, we come to see you with Jabari on the 20th.
That's what's up.
Time up. Me and Willie already put our time in at work so we could be up there to see you and support you.
That's what's up.
I can't wait, and I hope they don't cancel like they always do.
They already canceled.
Huh?
They already canceled.
Wait a minute.
Garfield running.
Wait.
Garfield ain't answering the phone.
You still
he
gonna
live
go
right
up
now.
there?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. So we gonna go. Me and Willie, we still gonna go. Even if we hang out and go live and and eat a nice dinner in New York, me, you, Willie, and whoever else. I think Cuddy coming. We'll have fun.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have fun. But anyway, Chief. So I showed these slave owners, just a couple, even though there was hundreds of more slave owners in the South. And Anthony Johnson owning the most out of everybody. But the problem is John Casser and Anthony, why they got the same fucking photo, Chief? They couldn't have been twins because they got 2 different last names.
But also, this ain't a picture from the 1600s. Anthony Johnson is like a lot of these stories are fabricated. The word slave is a noun. It is for Slavonic people.
That's what they got.
It is not designed. It is not reserved for us. So when you hear the word slave, do not raise your hand. That is for Rob Noxious to raise his hand. Okay.
Yep.
I mean, let's just these narratives. It's like if 2 people read the same passage, right?
Yeah.
But they can interpret it different because of how they were taught or what their personal feelings are. It could be something that you were reading about food, a recipe, right? But based off of each person's experience, they're going to tweak that recipe, right? They're not going to because they might not like coconut, they might not like lemon, they might not like a little sugar or something, salt, but they're going to tweak that recipe. Same way if you're reading something, and if you've been indoctrinated to believe every time you see black, it means African slave. That's a part of psychological damage. So just keep it. I keep this shit super simple, y'all. These motherfuckers be want to make this shit hard. They want to say all these extra words to fool you. We are not slaves. Anthony Johnson is fake. Period. Period.
What?
Just
Are
period.
you serious?
Just period. Just fake. This is just a fake story. That's why you see John Kazar. Think about it from this perspective, right? They'll tell you, oh yeah, you guys were the slave owners. You guys owned all these slaves when it wasn't slavery. Start there.
Right.
Just start there. And then when they talk about us being in slaves or in servitude to these people, it's always in the 20th fucking century. So they mix shit together, bro. They it's just they conflict everything. They'll tell you about some ancient shit, but calling it meso. Meso means middle. These pale skins are writing themselves into your mind, heart, and soul. Wake the fuck up, bro. Like I'm tired of you niggas wanting to be pale skins, bro. That's what this really boiled down to. You know, I did hear you saying about people loving their kids. I mean, that should be a given.
Facts.
And I told you I want all mine, crazy or no crazy. But you got to pick a side, righteous or wrong. If anybody believes that what the pale skins have done since they came here in the last 100 years, if you believe that's right, and we don't need to get reparations for that, with all the collusion and everything that's happening, there's a problem. But I think, Sister Bethy, even if people don't want to get...
I would say so. The lie about history, yes. From that perspective. But as far as them owning us, hell no. That didn't happen. It's not possible. Because then why would you have the Civil War?
There you go. Why would they have to flood cities in the late 1800s and 1900s? Why would you have to have a red summer? Why would you have to have the roaring 20s? Why would you have to fucking come here? Stop lying. Listen, they didn't own us. Fact. And when they talk about Negroes owning thousands of acres, a lot of us hundreds of acres, 40 acres, 50 acres, you have to have a workforce, which is your motherfucking family. I'm gonna say this again. It's your family. If we look up the word family right now, it means a house of servants, a house of slaves. Slow it down. Slow y'all little asses the fuck down. These people are mind fucking you. And say, oh yeah, the white boy ran off with John Kazar and another one, when they got caught or they got sued, they didn't go chase them down. They was having a business arrangement. Hey, you said that you were gonna come work for me for a certain amount of time, right? And if within that contract, they violated that contract. Right? This is a story. It's no motherfucking court case nowhere with Anthony Johnson or John Kazar or John Punch, because they switch them up. This could be John Kazar or John Punch. Well, these niggas didn't have no motherfucking surnames in the 1600s. Start there. And according to them, when this so-called court case went to court, the so-called Anthony Johnson was dead for 11 years. Make this make sense. I've been debunked this. Hey, I don't have no notes because I am this. You're like, who you get that from? I'm this motherfucking source, nigga. I showed primary sources last night, which are the bones, which are the skeletal remains, which are the murals on the wall, which are the motherfucking sculptures. What are y'all talking about? They give you a book that was written by somebody else that tells you, hi, look in this book, and then believe me. And y'all believe the same motherfucker that's been lying, stealing, cheating, raping, and everything, flooding, burning shit down. That's what we want restitution for. Stand down, please. Now, when we talk about reparations, they are illegally taxing us right now. Yeah. They got our hands in our pockets right now. If we get their hands out of our pockets, that would mean that they have admitting the crime is happening, right? Then you have to pay us for the generations of crimes, of stealing.
Agreed.
I'm at $750 a month for every Aborigine breathing in this bitch.
Round it off.
So the rest of our lives.
800.
Huh?
Round it off.
800. Let's move it on up to 800.
Round it off.
Yeah. Oh, 800. It's gonna keep going up every time I get mad. It go up. Real
Yeah,
shit.
well,
I don't give a
make it
fuck
a
about their
thousand. Fuck
money.
it. Why you want to shortchange? Make it 1,000.
No. 800,000. No. Eight 800,000 a month, Sister Betty. Yeah, we gonna break the bank. We need that a month. All of us. Just cash us out. Every last one of us. Don't care what it costs them. Don't care. It's our money and we need it now. Make us whole again. Restore us, please.
Yeah.
Get your motherfucking hands out our pockets. And so we're gonna make them get their hands on our pockets. And once again, I want to say shout out to you, Sister Betty, shout out to the YALL Nation. When we talk about that motherfucker, Sister Betty, have you noticed that they don't call us slaves no more? They say we were enslaved. We were
Yeah.
enslaved.
Yes, that's crazy.
Nikki Haley, DeSantis, but they don't want to get sued. That's why they're taking these lies out of the school systems in Arkansas and Florida. And so Negroes, I heard Cuba and them over there talking about the other day that
Oh my
they was
God.
mad at niggas because they wasn't believing in critical race
Theory.
theory. I said, what? What is wrong? What is wrong with you fools, bro? Like they really be fighting for them people. Like this is not it. Like they can't say that they're fighting for these brown babies when they got the pale hand up their ass, bro. Like these niggas is crazy. They reading the script, but they can't say it no more. How's all of them get on the same script? How? How all of them?
Just like
Not a
they do with
coincidence. All of
Confronting.
them saying the same thing. Really? They
Yep.
got that memo. They had to get that sit down. Hey,
Yep.
we can't call them slaves no more. We can't use that. We can't tell these racist stories no more. What are we gonna do? But yeah, we need to get y'all to go out there and cry and act like they being the Proud Boys or like we are talking about some. No, nigga, we don't believe. We don't believe. We know for a fact that these people did not own us in the South.
Yes.
Period. I know
Yes.
that. I'm
That's
from
what I was trying to
Mississippi.
say. Yep. Yep.
The hell wrong with y'all? And so when they talk about reparations, we're talking about reparations for displacement, for pushing people off their land, for taxation, taxing people out of millions of acres. What are y'all talking about? And about regulating our businesses. Cash us out, please. Well, I got my motherfucking hand out, and it ain't out under, it's out over. Nigga, we reaching, we taking our shit, boy. Fuck is y'all talking about? And if anybody ain't with that, you are the problem. You the enemy. Ain't no nigga should be running around here talking about we don't need no motherfucking reparation, restoration, restitution. Shut your goofy ass the fuck up, nigga. Hey, something is wrong with you. Nigga, when you know for a fact if we all had 800,000 a month, crime would go down exponentially across this
Yeah.
country.
Well, that
Shit would
that's
start getting built across this country. It'd be a lot of Cadillacs, but god damn it, it's okay. It'll balance itself out. We want to save these babies. Cash us the fuck out every month. We need our shit yesterday. And we ain't doing no fantastic UCC codes. We ain't got to fill out no nothing. We ain't got to do none of that. Cash us out, please. We
hey,
ain't got to
but
join no groups. We ain't got to do nothing. Cash us out, please. Yes, ma'am.
I was explaining to them, trying to figure out how in the hell they keep saying these stories about white people owning us in the South when they only had two areas, really, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia. Those are
Right.
colonial states, but not the whole state. Just like in South Carolina, they only had Charleston. In Virginia, they only had, oh, I almost said it, but the blacks, I'm using modern day language, the Negroes in Virginia had the bigger families and bigger farms in Virginia. So
Well, you
how?
talking about William Ellison. Now we're talking about different time periods too now. So I think that's another thing. A lot of time we be having this conversation. We're going from the 1600s to the 1900s and having the same conversation at the same time, as if these are the same. 1600s niggas ran shit here. 1700s. We remember we did the joint with the black governors in the Northeast, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah. Remember that?
I went.
So,
I touched on that a little bit too, but I'm just saying, who we they got. I think when they're asking for reparations, they're asking it in the wrong for the wrong thing.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it is. I
Yeah.
did touch on our governors here during that time in the 1700s.
Right. Okay. So if the governors, right, are Negroes,
Yep.
and we trace those Negroes, and they are tribal people,
Yep.
Mohawk, United, Algonquin, right? It's just Washington, Washita, that George of the Washita niggas. I'm not about to play with y'all. I don't go back and forth. I ain't gonna do that. But when these people who have been indoctrinated see black, they equal. We read something last night where black equaled African. See what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is-
Yeah. Yeah.
See what I'm saying? But they're writing about the 16, 1700s from 2015, 2008, 1978, shit like that. So we got to be careful. The shit that we read, you do not. I don't give a fuck what you read. The Bible is the number one sold book on the planet, and a lot of us understand there's a book of parables, a book of understanding, and that people can get that and manipulate people with it because they can interpret it the way they want to interpret it. Right? That's what these
Yeah.
people have done. They have interpreted science the way they want to interpret it. History, the way they want to interpret it. Tories mean thieves. They are the Tories. It's not his story, because that'd be two S's. It's his Tories. They are the Tories. They're stealing shit. They're still stealing shit. We want them to get their motherfucking hands out our pockets. I don't know how hard this is and why no. Like I said, anybody that's against this, you the coon. I'm gonna bang the fuck off out of you. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. Any politician, why are these people's hands in our pockets? Why are you illegally taxing us? Start there. Because if we can unravel that, we will get reparations. We will get restitution. I wouldn't give a damn. And if somebody would be like, well, I want to get an apology for slavery and all this other stuff. But then you start doing the records and see who owned the land up until 1926. Who owned the land? We owned the land. And we were displaced from the land. Okay?
Fact.
1926 is not slavery. It's not. It's after what they're calling slaves on slave states. But then when they start talking about slave states, they start talking to you about shit in Connecticut. Wait, time out. You can't pump your brakes. That's where they were coming in at. And Sister Beth, do you know what I thought about the other day? Right? I thought about this. I said, this is fucking crazy. You know how they flooding all these people in, military age people.
Yep.
This is not the first time they did this, y'all.
No,
They flooded these
it's
motherfuckers
common.
in. They flooded motherfuckers in through Ellis Island, right?
Yep.
And then
Yep.
sicked them on us.
Yep.
It's like right now, a bunch of purse snatching, moped riding motherfuckers said, hey, they armed them and they start putting them against the people in New York City, putting them against the people in Chicago, nigga. And then side with them and say, oh, we're gonna arm them. Well, we don't want you armed in New York or Chicago. Nigga, y'all crazy as batshit.
They are.
We got a God-given right to protect ourselves and our motherfucking land. Y'all, they gonna have to
That's
stand
right.
the fuck down. But they are repeating history of flooding this country with people, and they're gonna turn them loose on us. Talking about it's a fucking civil war. No, ain't no goddamn civil war. When you let a motherfucker off the boat and give him a gun and go fight motherfuckers on the land.
That's
You got
right.
that's yo, where they do
gonna
that at?
lose this time around. They're gonna lose this time around because we prepared for their ass. Buck back.
I don't know about that, Sister Betty.
I think so.
Well, I'm just saying, as far as getting ready, we need to definitely get ready. We should have been ready to where people can't play with us like this. They can't come to our communities. We need to take back our communities first, our hoods first. We need peace in these streets. You little motherfuckers, stand down. We got work to do. We do not robbing and stealing and killing each other is done.
Yeah.
You dumb motherfuckers, stand the fuck down. And you old motherfuckers, stop being scared of these babies. I know them little niggas is wild. I get it. I understand. Y'all understand. They just want love. And sometimes got to be tough love. But God damn it, these people are not playing with y'all. And what happens when you just sit in your house and and just be scared and wait for somebody to come do something to you, or somebody to come airdrop you some food or feed you or tell you to go wait in the line and shoot you. No, bro. They are flooding this country again with immigrants and giving them guns. And then turn around and tell Negroes they weren't supposed to have guns. Y'all remember that?
Yep.
Them niggas should have stormed. Man, them niggas should have y'all, we should have been bugging the fuck up. And goddamn it, fuck being president, man. We need some governors around here, though, Sister Betty.
Not gonna come in our hood and do this shit because these young boys today are not playing. They will buck your ass. I don't know where you're looking at, Chief, but these young boys is not playing. Yeah, they turn guns on each other, but a whole immigrant coming to fuck with him, that shit gonna seize.
Right, but I'm saying though, if they're protected, if they say that these people need to be protected, that these people need to be armed, these people are not vetted. That even if they were vetted, we don't care about that. They have put us in a position of inferiority to everybody that walk through these goddamn gates.
Not no more.
Get off a boat, get off a train, get off a plane. They say, "Oh, here you guys have social over these people." Why? Nigga, we bugging up.
I gotta disagree. Inferior, not no niggas.
No. I'm saying if we are economically at the bottom of the ladder, we're going to be at the bottom of the social ladder, the bottom of the education ladder, bottom of the spiritual ladder. They give these people economic empowerment over us, and they're not taxed. That's a problem. And they have taxed us out of business. We can prove this. We can prove that they have taxed us out of our land, taxed us out of our businesses, right? Regulated us and enumerated us. We can prove this. Here's the documentation. You have illegally taxing us. You're illegally counting us. Here's the proof of this. We're suing them for that. That's the next lawsuit. We want them to take their hands out of our pockets. So even a dumbass pandoodle, right, could agree that they don't want to be taxed illegally, right? That's off. Once they take their hands out your pocket, they are giving you reparations. They're giving you restitution. Soon as they stop taking, God damn it. Now, if you a person that say, I don't want their money, it's not their money. It's your ancestors' blood, sweat, and tears, bro. Now, they have a trust. They've been trading us for long as your ass been alive, 30, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. They've been trading your punk ass. So they have a lot of money that they have made off of your punk ass. Yeah. I want it and I need it now. Cash me out. $850 a month ain't a lot of money. What could you do with $850 a month in your household? A person, each person getting $850 a month. You ain't gonna have no problems. You can breathe. You can see things. You can build things. See what I'm saying? Yeah. You can take care of the community. You can do a lot of good work with $850 a month.
That's a fact.
They owe us more than that. Cash us out, please. Our hands is out. It ain't under. It's over. Give us our shit, man. And if niggas ain't mad about that, I don't know. It's not enough for us to say, we vote for these people and man, they not doing nothing for us. Nah, that's over. The time of that is over. But we need to focus on governors of states. We need, if not this election cycle, in 2028, I need to see some Negroes governors. And I ain't talking about no Swamis or Kamala Obamas. Fuck y'all. I'm talking about you niggas step the fuck up in your state and become the governors of your state. We got work to do. And you boule ass niggas, y'all listen, y'all gonna have to really show us some signs that y'all with us. With the people, with the American people, and not with Europe. Okay? Yes, how that work right there? See how that work? Yeah. Super simple. It's America first, not England. America. We supposedly had a war for that, right? To be free from paying them taxes. Why are we paying taxes? I want to hear it's the Queen of England. Fuck them. What the fuck they got to do with us? Nothing. They dusty ass don't have nothing to do with us. Get their hands on our pockets and all this stuff. Give these people their little money back, and we need our land back. We need everything back in good trust. You didn't have the right to sell nothing to these Chinese people, to these Canadians, to nobody. You had no right to sell our land to nobody. You had no permission to do it. We want all our shit. This is no negotiations. We want all our shit back. The
Facts.
fuck? I'm just saying, what we talking about? That shit crazy. Real shit. Things up here. Now you got talking heads. Don't never talk. You can turn on TV right now. Turn on shit. They not talking about Negroes. Why? They distracting us with all this other stuff. What about us? Every time I raise my hand. What about us? All that happened to Candace on. Hold on. What about us? What about tangibles for us? Sister Betty, do you think that Donald Trump would make that deal with with the Aborigines of America, with Negroes of America?
Which one?
Do you think he would make that? Like, if he talk about the platinum plan, because he can't sell it the black plan. He took right. You can't call it black. It's illegal. It's gonna get thrown out.
Right.
Like, white plan for America. No, you can't do it. You can't call it a black plan for America. Okay. Shout out to Dr. Amos Wilson once again. Rest in paradise. I think he's one of the GOATs. But the blueprint for Black America, just take out fucking black, dumbasses.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Blueprint for America. Don't be slow. Be understanding. Stop being emotional. We have work to do. This is a business transaction. This is not a fucking emotional transaction. And matter of fact, it's more about, not about voting. It's about governing before, during, and after the election. What are we going to do? And we need to press the gas, because once we be all excited, we vote, and that's it. We're not holding these people accountable. We allow them to be lobbied and paid for. That should come out of politics. That's bribing. You're bribing politicians. They just called it something else. Oh, you can lobby now. It's bribing.
Yes.
Okay. So I think that needs to come out of there, and it's definitely, if your dumb ass want to work for 30 years, right? You should be a servant of the people, right? You shouldn't. If you get caught taking money from other people, you should go to prison.
Facts.
That's what happened. That's what should happen. You should go to prison because you are betraying the American people that elected you. You're supposed to be the representative of the voices of the people, not of these foreign national corporations that nobody knows. When Tyson Chicken do what they do, and all these corporations do what they do, right? You got a politician. You should have politicians stand up and say, nah, we're going to put sanctions on them. Nah, we're going to do this. Nah, what these politicians do, they give them tax breaks and tax incentives to do it.
Yes, they do.
So we thinking that these motherfuckers is going to get paid $4 or $5 an hour. You're sadly mistaken. They're picketed in California for 20. Stop it. They not paying these people a little bit. Yo, so I got to stop being slow. That's dumb. And then, you know what I heard the other day from a dummy? He going to say, well, he was like, so nigga, like, it was crazy. He was like, yeah, I want him to come in because niggas don't want, niggas don't want to take jobs, so they don't want to get on there and do these things, the jobs that these people come in and do. See, I said that's not true. I was trying to be respectful, but it's not true. We just don't want to work for. We instinctively do not want to work for these people. We don't want to be slaves. So with that being said, then you got to do something different. You cannot be robbing gas stations. You cannot be robbing your people in your community, bro. You can't do that.
Economic trade.
I'm saying, yeah. Get a skill. Get some skills.
That's a fact. They economic trade was so one of the biggest ones today is DoorDash. That's owned by Chinese people.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah, and they be talking about spying. Well, guess what? It's a Chinese company. They got all your pertinent information. All
huh?
DoorDash got to do is say they got all your pertinent information. You ever have to call customer service and then you can't understand the person? Say in India somewhere.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Everywhere.
Every company that is outsourcing that should be away from American
Charged with
workers.
treason. Charged with treason.
Yeah. Yeah, because you are literally sending your password, everything. They know everything about us, and they in India.
Yep. That should be treason. It should
What the hell are y'all
literally be
talking about?
treason.
The hell
I
are y'all
get
talking
so
about?
sick. I know what you mean. I get so sick of every time I answer the goddamn phone, the person on the other end repeats everything, and it takes up so much time.
Right.
They
Yeah, that's what I'm
keep
saying. That takes
repeating the
time
whole
and it's
thing.
inefficient.
Oh
Yeah.
God, I'm like, I want to speak to an American supervisor. I don't understand
Yeah.
you. I do that. My daughter sit and laugh at me because I want to help you. No, give me an American now, or I'm just gonna hang up and keep calling until I get the voice of one. Because I'm not gonna stand here and try and understand you. I get so pissed. I hang up until I reach a
Yep.
person with an American voice.
Yeah. I just think it's really weird that they think that that's right and exact. You know what I'm
I
saying?
get yeah, I get so pissed, man.
That's crazy. But yeah, that's what we're dealing with, y'all.
Dummies.
Yep. It's
Tired.
really bad. So back to the reparations thing, though, Sister Bethy. Then you got people that say, they don't want the money because they don't want to take money from these people. There's no strings attached to this. This
Well,
ain't nothing that we should have to do to get these people hands on our pockets. You are
well, I
illegally violating us.
okay. I'm reading this document and I'm glad you're here. You got a little time to be here because I
Yeah, I got a little
really
time
all right. Let me
going
let
on.
me let me get back to it because that's going to be the end of it. This segment. Um, Here it is. It's right here, and I wasn't even that far into it. Reparations. Where slavery's descendants stand. Where slavery descendants stand. In U.S. Congress, some of the leading voices on the divisive issue of slavery reparations have an ancestral tie to slaveholding. And I was just like shocked. Bills introduced in the House and Senate will create a commission to address the fundamental injustice, cruelty, brutality, and inhumanity of slavery in the United States and the 13 American colonies between 1619 and 1865, and the racial and economic discrimination against Black Americans that followed. Such a commission, the bill says, will consider a national apology and proposal for reparations. Some of the leading voices on the matter, both for and against, have a personal connection to the issue. They they have one or more ancestors who were slave owners. Among them are the three prominent Democrats who co-sponsored reparations bills: Senator Elizabeth Warren. Remember, she lied and said she was a fucking Indian. And Chris Van Hollen and Representative Lloyd Doggett. Opponents include Republican Senators Tommy Tuberville and John Kennedy and former Rep. Louis Gohmert. This issue is divisive. A Reuters Ipsos survey found that slightly more than half of the respondents identifying as Democrats, 58% support reparations, just 18% of Republicans do. The divide is even greater between Black and white America. The poll found that 74% of Black Americans favor reparations compared to 26 of white Americans. All right. A House resolution introduced in May in favor of the idea cites estimates from respected economists that reparations to eliminate the racial wealth gap would cost at least 14 trillion. Proponents say such payments are meant to help compensate for more than slavery, the site systemic racism and other forms of discrimination that follow emancipation. Opponents say reparations would further divide the country. They question who would get the money. Would all Black Americans or only descendants of people who could show that their ancestors were enslaved? They also say it's wrong to have taxpayers finance reparations, given that no one alive today is responsible for slavery. In examining the genealogies of members of the 117th Congress, Reuters found that at least 100 lawmakers have ancestors who enslaved Black people in the years before 1865, the end of the U.S. Civil War. Some have espoused strong positions on reparations. This dude, and I'm like, okay, where was your fucking, you were a slave master in the colony? Which one? Because all Point North, in the North, didn't have that many fucking slaves. I know that. So I'm just like, this is what's throwing me off, Chief. If it was slavery, the all the majority of the 13 colonies are in the North. So where the fuck are you talking about? Are you talking about enslaving the Indians in the North? Because in the South, you only have Virginia and the Carolinas, which
Well,
were
well,
small
okay.
areas.
So you got
I'm
so think
confused.
about the.
Throw me
Hold on.
off.
So let me break it down for you, right? So a lot of times, once again, they're writing certain terminology and stuff back in time, right? But one of the things that when they talk about enslavement, you talk about husbandry. You know, people marrying people. You know what I'm saying? There was rights to certain things that happened. People wanted to split up, or people who wanted to, you know, wanted to. What I want to say, they wanted to um, uh, just split up and exchange estates. Women didn't have certain rights. The children didn't have certain rights, right? Until after 1863. We'll talk about the Emancipation Proclamation. So when you start reading the narratives that these people are given, they always want to categorize stuff as slavery. Now the new orders that they have is enslavement. You're just reading stuff that was written before they had to change it from slavery to enslavement. You dig what I'm saying? It's all word soup. Well, you got to get into the complaints. And when I got into Anthony Johnson stuff, there's literally no legal case for this. And just ironically, that same courthouse is the same courthouse that so-called Nat Turner's case was supposed to have been in Virginia, that got burnt down in Southampton, Virginia. So, ironically, just for anybody to think that they would have any documentation from that time, they wouldn't. But that stuff was created in the 1800s.
Wow.
So they create these stories, and they create these scenarios. They put them in newspapers. They put them in legal briefings. Don't make them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. It doesn't make them right. You know what I'm saying? So you have to always cross-reference everything that you're reading. But yeah, when they talking about slavery, well then you would definitely be talking about women and children. And you notice every time they when you get into it, it always goes. Excuse me. It always goes over to oh shit. It always goes over to the women and children. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're talking about.
Oh, he muted.
Can you hear me?
Oh, now I can. It's
Yeah, I
it's
was saying
like,
husbandry.
okay, you're saying husbandry. So we're
Yeah.
knocking out the fact that these people are claiming to own slaves. This is an article in the Gazette of his family owning a slave. But I'm just like thrown a little bit because again, the 13 colonies, the most of them were in the north. They only have Virginia and the Carolinas, but
You
just
you could you could be
a municipality in Virginia and a municipality in South Carolina, which was Charleston. And then all the other outside of those municipalities that they named a colony, we lived freely on our farmlands with families, like you said. It was husbandry, and they own their own lands and farms. So who are we asking apology for? That's what's throwing me off here. Are you asking your
long.
ancestors?
So Sister Betty, do you know what all this stuff is attached to? Like whenever we
Huh.
talking about anything, it always goes back to taxing. So that's what
Okay.
the 3/5 compromise is about. That's what everything is about. That's why they was taxing us, and that's why people fought back because they were being taxed illegally without representation. Illegal taxation without
Okay.
representation is what has been going on, and that's what people are
I can
fighting
rock
against.
with that.
And it
I
all
can
goes
rock
back
with
to
that.
that. You
So
rock
we
with
have
that?
to sue them for the right thing because taxation being one, and then changing our race identity so that they could do these taxes because we did not call ourselves black. We did not call ourselves these things. So changing our history, taxing us, all this stuff we want fixed. And we should have reparations for the complete lie about our history, period. I'm I'm for reparations for that. Yes, they lied to everybody about our history and they taxed us and their hands are still in our pockets when they're not supposed to be. That I could rock with. That's a fact, Chief.
Because think
Tax
about
us
it.
out our home,
Like,
tax us out our homes, everything. I'm
right.
with that. Yes.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying though, they did, and it's trillions of dollars. So eight 800,000 a month ain't asking a lot of what they have done and the royalties and everything else. Yeah, 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 yeah. We need that. We need that a month, every month, and they need to hurry up and get that. And if you don't have any politicians that are pushing for that, then it's time to go.
Seriously,
But
because they're not representing us.
they're not. You're not representing the American people. If you're not trying to shut them borders down, you're not trying to do certain stuff. You're not. You're not trying to make American people whole. Then you are an enemy. You are working against the people. If they don't see this, we have caught Joe Biden saying, "Oh, this is by 2040, this is going to be a minority white country." He said a minority white European country. Fucker, Europe is over there. You're at home. And you motherfuckers have never, Joe Biden, you have never been the majority, even in your own fucking state, fool. Y'all play this uh
Yeah. They
Wizard
letting
of
the right
Oz
ones
ass
in.
shit.
See, they can't see they letting the right ones in here because the ones that they letting in here are the ones that will take their asses out. They ain't stupid. The
Right.
same immigrants coming in here remember their treatment towards them. So they don't even realize who the fuck they're letting in here. Because they're the ones gonna be the one
I
that's gonna
mean, at
turn on the
this point,
motherfucker.
it's like, man, it's like they don't even care. Like, who would open up the gates like that? Even if the gates was open, you incentivize companies, you incentivize them to come here. CB31 application, all that bullshit. Fuck Biden. Are you in the Congress and everybody that's signing off on this bullshit? Are y'all serious right now? Y'all know how. Yeah, see now, y'all ain't sleeping in the streets. Right now, y'all ain't got to go to the social services and wait in line for some food stamps. Y'all don't have to do that. Some of us are a little bit more comfortable. That's fine. But what about the rest of us? And, oh, wait a minute. When it hit you, some of us are in luxury condos, right? But when that thing happened, then you got to be outside. You got to go to the social services, and then you there, and then they say we ain't got enough money for you. But you can see all these people that just got here. They got money for them. They got housing for them. But we don't have housing for veterans that got limbs blew off of this country. Shut up.
Yes. Facts.
If,
Fact.
what?
That's disgusting, Chief Holiday. That's
Yeah,
disgusting.
yeah. And so we ain't mad. Then you ain't, yeah, man. You ain't a human. You ain't something wrong with you. You just a jellyfish or something. Like, you ain't mad. Something wrong with you. Seriously. Shit crazy.
It is. It's fucking insane.
They say insanity is doing something and continue to keep doing it, knowing this, the results you're going to get, right? And niggas know the results they're going to get from working with the Democratic Party, right? Period. And working with the Republican Party, because the Republican Party is the same bird of the same feather. As y'all can see, as you
Yeah.
notice, I don't notice none of those guys stepping up for Trump. They try to stay neutral as if they for Trump, but not against him, right? Because they don't want their people to go against them. Dude is winning by landslides. Well, he won by landslides when the like overwhelmingly. You know what I'm saying in the primaries, right? So they know for a fact that Joe Biden's approval rate amongst his own people is in the trash can, and it gets worse every day. Every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're doing everything they can do to throw a monkey wrench in Donald Trump's what's it called, right?
Yeah.
Once again, I say it's a time for us to stay out of the way when these people are fighting, right? Let them fight
Mm-hmm.
and pick our spots. And we definitely need to know who to ally with. I don't think we understand that. We don't understand business enough. We too goddamn emotional. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Because every time I be like, when I'm talking to people and I'm like, I'm banging on Joe Biden, right? In this administration, what they're doing, people automatically assume they say, well, you for Trump. And then I said, no, hold on, bro. I'm talking about him. Just because I don't fuck with him don't mean I gotta support him. Let's start there. So why do they have to equate that? But then it makes me want to ask them, what the fuck did Trump? How about this? What the fuck did have Republicans ever? Because I hate when they do like, yeah, we got to be Democrat and all this, and we got to stay where we at right now, just this time right now, right? And then they turn around and be like, because I don't care about the voting part, but then they turn around and be like, but well, we used to be Republicans, and something happened where Lyndon Johnson said that he was gonna have us voting Democrat for the next 1,000 years. Okay, so your old ass understand that part, right?
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? You understand? You understand that happened. You understand that the Democrats haven't done jack shit for us, right? And matter of fact, I can point out several things that they have specifically done to hurt us. The '94 crime bill is one, right? I can name 15 other things. They can't name one thing that Trump did to them or the Republican Party. Not one thing. And every time I hear the Central Park Five, it makes me want to throw up. Because I'm like, yo, first off, that ain't got shit to do with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be doing too much. Y'all, like, once again, y'all allow the Zionist media to tear your brain down and to make you live a certain type of way. They control you. Shit is
Mm-hmm.
disgusting. It's embarrassing for grown ass people to be puppets running around here being controlled by words and stuff, bro. It's crazy. Y'all tweaking.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That don't make no sense. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with, man. We're dealing with this is a high level of espionage and treason, and hey bro, it's crazy at this point. They make movies about it as if like White House Down and shit like that, Sister Betty. You know what I'm saying? They make movies that tell you about the shit that they did or going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oh my goodness! Don't that movie just disgusts me. But I mean, I think it's because they did that shit because they they don't want to tell the truth of who it was, because you see how they just popped in Oklahoma in the movie, in the middle of the damn movie, the end of the movie, showing Oklahoma. They jumped to Oklahoma from Arizona to Oklahoma. That
Right.
didn't make no sense. And it just shows you that they're telling the truth. These little lying dogs. Pathetic.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. But they literally a lot of the stuff that we're seeing, it's crazy because it's like, hey, yeah, like this is the like okay, it's the civilized tribes, but we know that they created them. We know that they created a lot of these tribes
Yeah.
in the 1900s,
Yep.
the mid 1900s, literally. But it was them basically killing their way, sneaking their way into these tribes, being adopted into them because once again, we are loving people. We let these people come into our shit.
The majority of them were adopted, if not.
Or remember, the Freedmen Bureau is for refugees. It took in more German refugees that were in internment camps. That close to 1,000 internment camps for these German Europeans coming over here in the early 1900s from World War I and World War II. So the same thing is happening now over there now. Every conflict, they send the refugees here. That goes through the Freedmen Bureau. Okay,
Yep.
it's not, and this is how these people got on these things and got land and head rights. They just got off the boat.
Mm.
They just got off the boat in Angel Island, and ironically burnt down the city and wrote themselves with the help of the pale man into our shit.
Yep. Facts.
Shit crazy.
Facts.
That's what we asked us, Ben.
Yep.
So yeah, we talk about reparations. Hurry up and give us our reparations, please. Restitution, please.
Facts.
Hurry up.
I have to agree.
Yeah.
Chief,
But,
you going
yeah.
live later?
I think Cut about to go live. Yeah.
Oh, he is? Okay. All right. That's cool. Because I'm about to get up off of here. I'm hungry. I really got to go eat. And I got to get ready for a meeting tonight. So, yeah. But y'all, the bill you did last night was fire, Chief. The document you read, oh man, that was fire, man. That I wish Smoke was pissed because he said, "How the hell I have that? Didn't read it." And I was in the chat with Tasco, because she sent it to him. I was like, "Damn! If he had just read that, that would have been the end of the debate." Because
I mean, he got some good stuff in there, but
oh yeah, he did.
but
He got
Lucky
a
read some
lot of
good stuff though. Lucky read some good stuff though.
Yeah, but he beat himself with his own stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Smoke, he had him on his side. He didn't have to, from all during his rounds, he was reading stuff as if, because think about it. If you have to do the research, right? Like to say, oh man, niggas wasn't here in California, right? Then you start doing research and you start seeing the niggas. What do you do? You know, and that's basically what he did. He was just basically like, well, he ain't gonna show it, I'm gonna show it. But you know, we talk about the emblem of America though, too. I ain't to get into that last night.
Oh, oh
Um,
yeah.
you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the emblem of America is Queen Khalifa.
Of California, right? Is that?
So yeah, so when we talk about the emblem of America, why is it the emblem of America? And see, even when they talk about, oh, this is a mythological, this and that and the third, yeah,
Bullshit.
see, yeah, there you go. See, they want to anything that puts us in esteem. They, you know what I'm saying? Any of our oral traditions, anything that was great, of course they're going to suppress that, right?
Yeah.
That's myths. But why is it the emblem of America?
Of all things.
Right? Why? If this is a mythology, right, and the Kali people are here, the Carusa, been there for thousands of years, over 15,000 years. Like we could document this, but we ain't got to go back that far. Here's a 1,500-year-old nigga right here. Here's a 2,000-year-old nigga right here in this tomb in Mexico, in California, in Arizona. They got some explaining to do. But what they wanted to make it believe, they want you to believe that the modern Hispanic and mestizo people, right, are ancient. So they try to write that into your brain by saying Aztec and Mayan and all this other stuff. No, no, no. They write this pale degeneracy back in time, y'all. So I just want to say that.
That's a fact, Chief.
So yeah, I just want to put that in the air, man. Shout out to you, Sister Betty. Once again, lawsuits work. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
they do.
Um,
Yes, they do.
and I heard somebody say, "Well, she did that for that's for her." I was like, first off,
No,
for YA Nation, first off, it's for
Taxation.
all of us.
Yep,
All of us. It
that's a
helps
fact.
all of us because they have to take this bullshit out of schools. They got to.
Yep.
Somebody's gonna say, hey, somebody's gonna call them on their shit, and they're gonna know they're gonna have to cash us out. But it's too late, DeSantis. It's too late, Huckabee. You have been doing it too long at,
Yeah.
at, at Arkansas State. You understand what I'm saying? At
Yep.
Florida State. You've been doing it too long. You've been doing it since the fucking 80s. We need that. Cash us out, man.
Yep.
Those psychological damages are very fucked up. And it fucks our people up so much that it makes us hate ourselves. It makes us fight ourselves. It makes us not build amongst ourselves. That's what y'all did. Cash us the fuck out, man. Y'all been violating every international law, every American law, every local law. So cash us out, man. We need restitution.
Facts.
Yeah. And for you reparation heads out there, restitution, reparations, the same shit. As long as you getting it. They're legally taxing us.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm definitely gonna get with you on that. And we got some
There you
work
go,
to do. We got
Chief.
some things.
There you go, Chief.
Yeah.
The overlay.
Mm-hmm.
There's your
It's the
emblem
emblem
of
of
America.
America, man. Like, what is y'all talking about?
Yep.
Make it make sense.
Facts.
So yeah. Shout out to the American Aborigines, man. Y'all already know, man. Y'all the best. It's the GOAT. Shout out to Sister Betty.
Hey.
Appreciate you. So yeah, shout out to Willie. Appreciate y'all, man. We're gonna get to it, man. It's gonna be another hot Indian summer, man. But we tell these politicians, you need our support, we need y'all support. We need tangibles now. And if you are trying to get in there, right, and we entrust you to help, support you to get you in there, and you get in there and you get to working for these people. I mean, I'm just saying, y'all, what are we doing? These other people don't let these people move like that on them. Y'all think Vlad and them gonna let that happen? No. So yeah, man, shout out to y'all, man. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna pull this up last night, Sister Betty. You want to read it? You want me to read it? It's one of my favorite quotes, y'all. So this is what you would call a primary source, right? But what they try to do, they should have. Remember we read the full thing, and it would start breaking down even more stuff. I don't know if you're talking. I can't hear you.
That was like 3 years ago, Chief.
Yeah. And so we read that. Yeah. So you want me to read this, or you gonna read it?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I want you to read it. Cause you be yeah.
Okay. We have a fight on our hands right here. A fight for the redemption of the whole race. And a blow struck successfully for the Negro in America is a blow struck for the Negro in Africa. For until the Negro is respected in America, he need not expect consideration elsewhere. All this native land talk, however, is nonsense. The native land of the American Negro is America. His bones, his muscles, his sinews are all American. Frederick Douglass.
1894, the folly of colonization speech he did. So primary source, y'all.
Love y'all. Everybody, take it light. See y'all later. See y'all tonight, Wire.
Peace.
Bye.